All right, so ladies and gentlemen, today we are dealing with areas of circles and sectors. First thing I want you to do is tell your neighbor how to find the area of a circle. Area is equal to pi r squared. No, they're not. Pi r. They're round. Dude. That's Mr. Vogel's joke. Pi r squared. No, they're not. Pi r round. Dude. Except for we've had plenty of students bring us in square pies since then. So I don't know. But my pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving was round, man. It was good. Until I took a sector out of it. Well, it was good then too, but it wasn't round anymore. All right, so what I want you to do, I want you to find the areas of those shaded regions, work with your partners, and use your formula. All right, so let's see how we did. First one, A equals pi r squared. The whole thing is shaded, so we've got a radius of, make sure you look at the scale, or the intervals here. Looks like a radius of 6, so that is 6 pi square, or 6 squared times pi, or 36 pi, also known as 113.1 units there, square units, even though we don't have to list that right now, but there we go. How many got it? All right. Next part, we take a portion of it, so we want 1/4 of the area. So if we find the area first, the area in this case is exactly the same, right? The same circle. It's just now we're taking 1/4 of it. So 1/4 of 36 pi. Now, I am such a math Puritan that I like to cross reduce. So rather than just cranking it into my calculator, I actually say, well, you know, that's 1 and that's 9 and I get 9 pi. And then I maybe throw that into my calculator, or if I want to, I maybe multiply by hand. But those of you that want to use your calculator to do that, the question I get from students all the time is, how do you put the fraction into the calculator? I used to just tell students, dude, read your manual. But now I let you learn through the amazing advancements in technology. So we put in 1, we hit the division sign, and then 4. Logan, are you airing out your pit, or can you hold up a second? Just hang out just for a second. We'll be okay. Okay? The problem with these cool ones is it's hard to see them under the document camera sometimes.
The brightness.
Oh yeah, good thinking. There we go. All right. See? That's why we have Maddie in here. Okay. 1 divided by 4. And then you could go times 36 and hit the pi symbol, and you got it. Okay, 28.27. So now I don't want anyone to ask me how to put the fraction in anymore. That's how we've got it. The other way that you could put the fraction in, if you have a new TI-84 or one of these, or if you have a scientific, you can use that. But either way, if you have a TI, if you hit alpha, right here, alpha, and then select one of these first 2 buttons up here, one of the first 4 buttons. It opens up a menu, and there's a fraction menu there. And you could actually select number 1, where it gives you the option to put in a numerator and then down to a denominator. If you just must have it in fraction, you're like, I don't like that because it doesn't look cool. That looks cool. Okay, well then there you go. Does the exact same thing though. All right. Okay, exact. For those of you like, well, what is that as a fraction? Well, the reality is if I hit math and hit frac, now I'm showing you guys a lot of things I don't go through with geometry usually. Hit math and then select fraction and then hit enter. If it can be changed to a fraction, it will. That is the fraction form of that.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, math and then frac, right?
No, the one that's there, that's problem.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Rather than hitting the alpha symbol. Okay. That I don't think this will be on some of the. I think this happened on the color ones. I don't know if this is on the other TI-84, the silvers. And it's not on the TI-83, yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's it. That's all I'm doing on those. So, moving on. Logan, you had a question. Yeah? Yeah, right? Hey, guys. Hey, I'm assuming since you're in geometry that you understand that a fraction is it's a compact form of two operations. It's multiplication by the top, division by the bottom. So when Logan asks, can I just divide by 4? The answer is yes. How come? Because I'm only multiplying by 1 on the top. Right? So when I'm taking this one right here, and I find the area is pi r squared, or in this case 2. So a equals pi times 2 squared. We get 4 pi. Okay, when I multiply that by the 7/8, well, on this one, can I just divide by 8? That was a question to you as students. Can I just divide that by 8? Yeah, I have to do both things. I have to multiply by 7 and then divide by 8. That's what a fraction's doing. So I'm actually going to cancel because, once again, I love doing that kind of stuff. So that's 7 pi over 2, or 3.5 pi, approximately 11.00. Cool.
Can you just put 11?
Yeah, 11. Yeah.
See, Haley, I was in the steps too. I did that exactly.
How many got it? What'd you guys get for number D? Yes, Maddie?
I got 24 pi.
24 pi.
Oh, okay, I got
I got 128 thirds pi.
I got that. I got that.
Did you get 8?
8? Yeah.
And 64 pi?
What? Yeah. Yeah.
Times 2 thirds? 128 thirds pi? Oh. Which is 134.04?
Yep.
All right.
Because you have to do 64 times 2, and then 3 times 1, 64. 128. Oh, wait, no, 128.
Okay. Any questions there? Everyone rate themselves 1 to 5. I think you got that. Tell your neighbor how that relates to what we did yesterday. How does that relate to what we did yesterday?
Circles.
Not just cookie circles.
Pi.
Pi, yeah.
Radius.
It's also just like cutting the circles into parts.
True. It was different because I like it better when they're on a graph, so you can actually see the numbers.
Okay, can I have your attention up here? Someone refresh my memory. How does that relate to what we did yesterday? Yes?
Because it's the area of a circle. We did circumferences yesterday.
Okay, it deals with circles. Yesterday we dealt with circumference. Today we dealt with area. How are those two things related? Yeah? Okay, you're using pi and radius. What did we do after we found the entire circumference yesterday? Yeah?
Kind of like found the area of the shaded area, so like we kind of like how do I put it?
Continue to use shaded areas. Find shaded areas.
I totally forgot how to put that.
So yesterday if you recall, we took a circle and we found the entire distance around, and then we started taking and finding just chunks of the distance. So if you think of it like a piece of pizza, you just found the crust, the length of a piece of crust. Today, rather than finding the entire area of the pizza, we're going to start finding areas of slices of the pizza, which we call sectors. Okay? So a sector of a circle is a part of a circle. If you think of it, once again, the best way to think of it in my mind, because I like pizza, I think, is that it's a slice of pizza. That is a sector. A sector of a circle. For anyone, I coach track, I coach discus and shot put here for 8th grade. If any of you do those or have seen those thrown, that when they're in the ring, there's an area, a sector that they have to throw within. If you don't end up in that sector, then you're out of bounds. In baseball, you have to hit the ball within a sector. Okay, and you don't really think of it as a sector, but if you think of home plate going outward down the right and left field lines there, that's a sector. Okay? You have to measure those. You guys just show up at the games if you play those sports, and those things are already taken care of. There are actual people that have to measure those out and make sure that they're accurate in order for you to play those games appropriately. So those are sectors. That's a sector of a circle. All right. The other word we have there is population density. The population density, I'm just going to put up the definition from the textbook there so you guys can see it. It actually gives you a pretty good little formula, which some of you like to have, but we'll apply it today in some problems. A population density of a city or county or state, or any area for that matter, is how many people are within that given area. Okay? So population density, if you think of it in terms of a formula, it's the number of people divided by the area of land. Okay? We usually talk about it in terms of square miles. Like how many people per square mile. In fact, this is applied quite a bit when you guys are, when insurance rates are determined, because if you drive in an area that's more heavily populated, there's a greater chance of you getting in a collision, which means you pay more in car insurance. So like if you live in downtown Seattle, your rates are going to be a little higher than they are here in Lake Stevens, because per square mile, there's more people and more cars versus here. Okay. With that being said, let's go ahead and try some of these things together. I want you to, we've already talked about area of a circle, but there's a place for you to take notes on page 321 if you want. If you go to page 322, you also have what we've already found, but it puts it in mathese for you. What you did in your exploration today, if we can get that to focus, there's your mathese of it. The area of a sector is equal to the measure of the arc. Now tell your neighbor what the measure of the arc means.
Measure of the arc.
Come on, man. Measure of arc, is it in degrees or linear units?
Degrees.
It's in degrees. The measure of the arc divided by 360 times pi r squared. Okay? That's what we've just been doing. We've been finding a portion, dividing it by 360. They've already given you the portion and what we were doing. Then multiplying it by our area. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to try these two problems on the bottom. Find the measure of those two guys. Ready, go.
Say, is it 5 for the whole thing? Okay.
Okay, remember that's the diameter they give us, so we got to cut that in half, right?
Yeah.
So 6.25 pi, or approximately 19.63.
Yeah.
And then remember, that's square units. Yeah, dude. So some of you are going to get really fast at this. You're not going to end up writing everything out. You're going to say, well, that's just 49 pi. Okay? And then you multiply that 153.94 square centimeters. What's that? Is it meters? Oh, yes it
Yeah.
is. Sorry. Oh, there you go. I lost my sense. Okay. Dude, guys, that was one of my best jokes. Any questions there? All right, let's try number 3, and 4, and 5, and 6.
And 7, and 8, 9.
3, 4, 5, 6. There we go.
I don't know. By R. Yeah, which means you'll probably
All
have
right.
radical.
Hey, there's our first one. Some of you are kind of questioning there. Now the diameter, you got to cut that in half, right? Because you need the radius. So we take that, cut it in half. It's 0.9 squared. Okay, so approximately 2.54.
That's a good one.
Okay, a couple questions about 4. 4, you know the formula. A equals pi r squared has an area of 10 square feet. So we plug in that area, and then we're going to get r by itself. So if we find radius, then we could double it to find the diameter. So divide by pi and then take the square root. Okay, so we take the square root of that. Square root of 10 divided by pi is equal to r. And then double that. So that should give us about 3.57.
Yes.
And how many were able to get that? Okay, so I'm going to be walking around. Make sure you're asking there if you need help. Okay, there is number 5. Number 5. We plug in that 65. We solve for r. Once again, we have to get r by itself. So divide by pi. And then take the square root.
You have to square it. You don't add it.
Keep asking for help. Number 6, area is pi r squared. We plug the radius in, 6.1 squared. Get 37.21 pi square yards, which is 116.9. How many got it? Okay. Up here that I was going to give you today. But I think we're going to call it good right there with your homework being number 7, 8, and 9. Now, please understand what I expect on that. If you haven't finished the top part, you have to finish that as well. But on number 7, it says find the, what does that say? Areas. Key word. Areas of the sectors. There are 2 sectors that are formed. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yep, there's the shaded sector and the light sector. So you need to find the area of that part as well as the area of this part. So you're finding 2 areas here on number 7. Number 8, you need to find the entire area of the entire circle. Number 9, you need to put some time and effort into that problem. I want you to go online and use that online resource if you're struggling with it. Okay? It's a tough problem. So find area of both, find the area of the entire circle, and then do that. That's your homework tonight.